Hello students, today we will discuss about basal ganglia. Basal ganglia, as you see here, the cross section of the cerebral hemisphere, these are the two lateral ventricle, this is the third ventricle, this is the thalamus, already discussed with you. This pathway is the white matter pathway this is the internal capsule will run, and this basal ganglia is present lateral to the thalamus. This is the thalamus, this complete is the basal ganglia. So it is situated lateral to the thalamus, and in between the thalamus and the basal ganglia is the internal capsule fibers, they run. As you see here, basal ganglia, what it is a grey matter nuclei collection, where present in the, as you see here, white core of cerebral hemisphere. It is present in the white core of cerebral hemisphere. What is the main function of the basal ganglia? The main function, it is essential and act as a extra pyramidal system part. Okay, so it constitutes an important part of the extra pyramidal system. Anatomically, the basal ganglia consists of corpus striatum, number 2, claustrum, and number 3, amygdaloid body. So anatomically, the basal ganglia consists of 3 parts: corpus striatum, claustrum, and amygdaloid body. Basal nuclei, they are important in the organizing and coordinating the somatic motor activities. Okay, and they also involve in automatic stereotyped postural and reflex motor activities. What does it mean? Automatic, stereotyped, postural and reflex motor activities. As you see, when we walk, our hands, both arms will also swing along with the walking. So this is known as the automatic, stereotyped, postural and reflex motor activities. So we discuss mainly the corpus striatum. The corpus striatum is situated, this is complete is the corpus striatum. It is situated, as you see here, lateral to the thalamus. Topographically, this corpus striatum is divided into 2 parts. One is the caudate nucleus and other is this complete mass is the lentiform nucleus. So basal corpus striatum consists of 2 parts: caudate nucleus and lentiform nucleus. This complete is the lentiform nucleus and this is the caudate nucleus. You can see this also in this figure. Here, this is the thalamus, this is the complete corpus striatum, this is the caudate nucleus, and this complete biconvex structure is lentiform nucleus. And both corpus striatum and thalamus, they are separated from each other by the band of internal capsule. This is the complete internal capsule already discussed with you. So, and as you see here, the antero-inferior part of this corpus striatum is connected with each other with the help of grey matter fibers, and it will give the appearance of striated appearance. That's why the name is corpus striatum. Lentiform nucleus, as you see here, this complete is a lentiform nucleus. It is again divided into two parts. One is this one, putamen, and which is facing laterally, and the second part which is present medially, this is the globus pallidus. The lentiform nucleus consists of two parts. Lateral one is a putamen and middle one is a globus pallidus. Now, phylogenetically, this complete corpus striatum, phylogenetically, this complete corpus striatum, it is divided functionally into two units: paleostriatum and number 2 is neostriatum. So on phylogenetically, corpus striatum, it consists of two functional units. One is paleo. Paleo means ancient, and neo means recent in development. We will divide into two parts functionally: paleostriatum and neostriatum. So, what part of this corpus striatum comes in the paleo and what part comes into the neo? Explained by this figure. This is the complete corpus striatum, caudate nucleus and lentiform nucleus. Lentiform nucleus divided into globus pallidus and putamen. Okay, A and B. As you see here, globus pallidus alone, it is considered as paleostriatum. It is paler in color. This globus pallidus is paler in color, and it is globus. Paleo means ancient, and termed the paleostriatum, also known as pallidum. It is also known as pallidum. And putamen and caudate nucleus, they combine together will constitute the neostriatum, means recent one, and they are also known as striatum. Okay, the corpus striatum consists of two parts: paleostriatum and neostriatum. Paleostriatum means ancient, which consists of globus pallidus. It is paler in color, and this paleostriatum, in short, we can also say pallidum. And neostriatum is a recent one. In short, it can be known as the striatum, and it consists of two parts: putamen and caudate nucleus. They combine together, they constitute the neostriatum, yeah, striatum. Okay, the striatum, this striatum is mainly efferent, whereas this pallidum is mainly efferent. Now we discuss one by one caudate nucleus, globus pallidus and putamen. We discuss separately one by one. तो caudate nucleus, first we discuss about the caudate nucleus. So this complete is the caudate nucleus. As you see here, this caudate nucleus is a comma shaped structure. This is a comma shaped structure, gray matter nuclei, and this is surrounded by, I am drawing the lateral ventricle. Okay, this caudate nucleus, comma shaped gray matter nuclei, it is surrounded by lateral ventricle, and itself it surrounds the, as you see here, thalamus. It surrounds the thalamus and surrounded itself by lateral ventricle. It consists of anterior part, this is the anterior part of the caudate nucleus is somewhat rounded, and this is known as head of the caudate nucleus. After that, the part of the caudate nucleus, as you see here, is taper down, and this is known as the body of caudate nucleus, which is larger one and narrower one, and at the end the part of the caudate nucleus is tail of the caudate nucleus. The caudate nucleus consists of three parts. Most anterior one, larger one, rounded part is the head of the nucleus. After that, body, and then tail. At the end, the tail. Okay. Now we discuss about head. The head, as you see here, this is the lateral ventricle, already discussed. The lateral ventricle consists of, as you already told, lateral ventricle consists of three horns. So this is the anterior horn of lateral ventricle. This is the posterior side, so this is known as the posterior horn of lateral ventricle, and this is the inferior side, known as the inferior horn of lateral ventricle. So head caudate nucleus is surrounded by the lateral ventricle. Lateral ventricle consists of three horns: anterior horn anteriorly, posterior horn posteriorly, and inferior horn inferiorly. So as you see here, the head of the caudate nucleus will form the, this is the floor of the anterior horn and lateral wall of the anterior horn of lateral ventricle. So head of the caudate nucleus will form the floor and lateral wall of anterior horn of lateral ventricle, while as you see here, the body forms the floor of the central, this is the central part of lateral ventricle. Body will form the floor of the central part of the lateral ventricle, while the tail will form the, it comes in the roof. This is the inferior horn की roof हो जाएगी, and tail will form the roof of inferior horn of lateral ventricle. And at the end, anterior end of the tail, as you see here, this part will merge with the amygdaloid body, which is also a gray matter constituent. So this is about the caudate nucleus. Comma shape, three parts: most anterior, head, then body, then tail. Tail will merges with the amygdaloid body, which is a gray matter constitute. This caudate nucleus surrounds the thalamus and also surrounded by lateral ventricle. Lateral ventricle consists of three horns. Anterior is the anterior horn of lateral ventricle, then posterior horn facing posteriorly, and inferior horn inferiorly. As you see here, head of the caudate nucleus will form the floor and the lateral wall of anterior horn. Body will form the floor of the central part of the lateral ventricle, while the tail will form the roof of the inferior horn of lateral ventricle. Now we discuss about the lateral lentiform nucleus. We discussed the caudate. Now we come to this lentiform nucleus. Okay, as already told you, lentiform nucleus, it consists of the two parts. Medial one is the globus pallidus and lateral one is the putamen. Lentiform nucleus, as you see the shape of this, it is biconvex in shape. Lentiform nucleus is biconvex in shape. It has got three surfaces. This is the lateral surface, this is the medial surface, and this is the inferior surface of lentiform nucleus, and two parts already discussed. Lateral surface, when we discuss about the lateral surface, as you see here, this is also a convex in the shape, and it is separated from the claustrum by a white, this is the white matter band known as the external capsule. So this is separated from the claustrum by white matter band external capsule. Medial surface, as you see here, it is more convex in comparison to lateral one, and it is separated from the thalamus with the help of the internal capsule, limbs and genu. While the inferior surface, it is related with the sublentiform part of the internal capsule. It has got three surfaces. Then it consists of two parts, putamen and the globus pallidus. Putamen is laterally placed and it is darker in color. It is darker in color, and globus pallidus is pale in color. That's why known as pallidum. Okay, and both these parts are separated by, as you see here, a vertical plane of white matter. This is known as external या lateral medullary lamellae. एक्सटर्नल बोलिए या इसको आप lateral बोलिए, lateral या external medullary lamellae. Okay, so lateral medullary lamellae या external medullary lamellae will divide the lentiform nucleus into two parts. Lateral one is a putamen, which is darker in color, and medial one is a globus pallidus, which is paler in color. As you see here, this globus pallidus is again divided into two parts by this vertical plane of white band. This is known as medial medullary lamellae, also known as internal medullary lamellae. Okay, inner part and outer part. So this is about the structure of the basal ganglion. In the next video, we will discuss about the connections, functions and of the corpus stratum and applied aspect.